Today in this tutorial for beginners, we are going to take a look at how we can make magnifying glass using Adobe Premiere Pro.
Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here or haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe and hit the thumbs up button. Now let's get started.
So first you open up your Adobe Premiere Pro. Open the folder where you kept your video or image on which you want to apply the magnifying glass effect. Here I use this all newspaper image to apply this effect. So I drag and drop it into my project panel. Now I brought it into my project panel and from there I put it on my timeline. So it's here now. Okay. Now I'm going to duplicate my image. For that, I click and select my image and then by keeping the Alt key pressed, I drag my image to the upper track. Now I have two copies of the same image on adjacent tracks. In this tutorial, we call this track 1, track 2, track 3 and so on. I click on this eye icon to turn off the track 1. Then I go to project panel and I click on this double arrow over here. And from this dialog box, I select effects. Now I have all of the effects in this window and I have the search box. I write circle in this box and soon enough you see I get this circle effect among other elements in this group. Now I drag it onto the clip in track 2 of the timeline. Okay. Now we go to the source panel, which is on the top left corner of my screen, from where we select effect controls. Now we scroll down the circle effect we have just added. Make sure you have selected the clip in the track 2 of your timeline. The first thing we need to change here is the blending mode. Change this from none to stencil alpha. This is going to cut the circle of the footage. Here on the preview panel, you can see the difference. Now, the circle is exactly at the center of my screen, so I need to position it where I want it to be. But before that, let's magnify the circle a bit. Otherwise, we can't discern it when we turn on track 1, which is off now. Now go to Effect Controls and change the scale here. I put 150. Now it is 50% bigger. Actually, everything inside the circle is now 50% larger. Now you click this side to turn track 1 on. You can see here the size difference. You look here. This is the image I chose to apply the magnifier to. And I want to magnify this statement from here to here. So our magnifier should start from here and move up to here. That means this is my start point and this is my end point. Now we are going to position the circle at the desired point. So go to the timeline, press the home button of your keyboard to send your playhead to the beginning of the clip, and then you press the right key arrow to move one frame to the right. Now go to the effect controls, scroll down to effect circle center, and click on the stopwatch icon to put a keyframe there. And then I change values accordingly. Here I put 558 by 662. And you see, I brought the magnifier exactly where I wanted to start. Next, I come back to the timeline and press the N key of my keyboard to bring my playhead to the end of my clip. Now I press the left arrow key to move one frame to the left. Then I again go to the effect controls, scroll down to effect circle center, and again click on the stopwatch icon to put a keyframe there. And then I change values accordingly. Here I put 836 and 662. Now you see that magnifier has come exactly where I want it to be at the end. Now that you see that I play it, please look at this green arrow. You see the magnifier moves through a bit lower than it ought to be. It should pass through this red line, but for now it moves through the path marked by the red circle. So in order to make it appear more natural, we must move it a bit upward. For that, with the clip in the track 2 under selection, I go to effect controls. I scroll down to effect circle center where I had previously put a keyframe and I click and hold the playhead, slide to the left and holding down the shift key, I glue it to the first keyframe. Now I scroll up to the effects motion position and put a new keyframe. Here you see both the keyframes are in the same time frame as they should be. Now I should adjust the position until it comes to the occasion I want. The default value you see here are 960 and 540. I changed it to 960 and 445. Now you see we have brought it to where we want it exactly. Now that we have done everything with magnifying effect, let's see how it works. You see, it's okay, but one thing is missing. That is the magnifying glass. So download an image of a magnifying glass. It should be in PNG format. I have one. I drop it into my project panel, and from there I bring it into my timeline and make it have the same length as of my clip. I like this. Okay. We now need to place it where we want. In order to assign the position, motion, direction, and rate of movement of the magnifying glass, we need to insert some keyframes. To get more clarity over your target spot, switch off track 1 right away to remove everything except the magnifying effects and the glass. Now, keeping the clip in track 2 under selection, I come back to the effect controls and I click and hold the playhead, drag it to the left while holding down the shift key to get it glued to the existing keyframe at the start. Then I switch my selection to the PNG image in the track 3 of the timeline. And now I go to FX motion position and I put a new keyframe there. Now I should change the current position of the glass. Over this position tab, you see the default values 960 and 540. I change it to 888 and 965 to get it over the circle. In order to reach the right size, I lower the scale to 55. Now I return to the timeline and select the clip on track 2 again. I come back to the effect controls and after that, I click and hold the playhead, drag it to the right while holding down the shift key to get it glued to the keyframe on the other end. Then I return to the timeline, select the PNG image in track 3, come back to effects control, go to effects motion position and put a keyframe. You see the current values corresponding to position is 888 and 965. Since we only need horizontal movement here, we only have to alter the first value here. So I change it into 1302 and 965. Okay, now you turn on the track 1 and give it a play. Here it is, and it's done. If you want to improve the transparency of the glass, you can use the crop effect to do that. So select the clip on track 3. Go to effects type crop and drag this crop effect onto your clip. Click this little arrow over here and select zoom level. I select 100%. Now your preview will be like this. Adjust these scroll bars to get the best preview of your magnifying glass. Now I go to the effect controls, drag down to effects crop and select this ellipse mask. I come back to the project sequence panel and first drag the mask onto my glass and adjust its size and curvature like this. Now it perfectly fits in. So I go back to effect controls, scroll down to effects crop and change the value corresponding to left from 0 to 100%. Now you click somewhere on your timeline, give it a play and enjoy the magnifier you created.
It's time in this video. Before that, I have a request to you. If you're new here, haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe and hit that thumbs up button. And thanks a lot for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. And I'll meet you in the next video. Till then, goodbye.